Okay guys, so in today's video we're going to be talking about Aurora Cannabis stock and making an update video, kind of the couple past videos that I recorded earlier in the week. So now we're looking at a major price collapse for Aurora Cannabis. It's currently trading under $1. And as you can see, Donald Trump kind of coming out and kind of on about the coronavirus outbreak and things like that. We saw a pretty big market gain on Friday's last trading session. So I just want to kind of show you guys kind of what happened here. So Aurora Cannabis went all the way down to about 65 cents was its low, and then we had that really big day on Friday, so now it's closing at around 77 cents, guys. So currently, as of now, to be listed on the New York Stock Exchange, your price of stock has to be at least over $1. So currently, Aurora Cannabis is dangerously in delisting status. So this could create a couple of issues. I'm assuming that we're going to see a few of the gains come back. We lost so much in the NASDAQ and New York Stock Exchange, Dow Jones, in the last couple of weeks that I expect a bit of a correction. But as of now, Aurora Cannabis would have to perform a reverse stock split to maintain its current status. So I know a lot of guys are really worried about the company. As you can see, if you take a look at a one-year chart, the stock price is just absolutely tanked. So for some of you guys that perhaps might have bought the stock at around like $8 or $9, you're down over 90% now. So you're thinking, what should I do? Well, personally, I bought in at around $1.80. So for me, this is continues to be a buy because I could continue to average down and I could continue to build my position. So I'm going to be doing that in Robinhood. I'm going to be continuing to add to my position when I can. I might also pick up some extra shares in another account as well because I'm just looking at the stock under a market cap of $900 million. Considering that the latest revenue was around $250 million annually, this would put the stock at a price to sales ratio of just under 4, which is, I think it's an excellent number for me. And this is like a company that I want to grow up with. I want to see where this company goes in the next 1, 2, 5 years. So I will be adding to my position here. I really think it's a steal under $1. Now, obviously, guys, there is some risk. Most of these cannabis stocks have been beaten down pretty bad. So, Canopy Grove, Tilray, basically the entire cannabis industry has been doing really poorly. Obviously because of the coronavirus, but also just in the long term as well. So there's a couple of things you guys can do. Uh, some of you guys are like, hey, the stock's already gone down too much. I don't want to deal with it. But one option you can do is you can actually buy some long-term calls. So if you guys aren't familiar with options, I'm going to make some more videos in the future about options trading. Basically, a call option is the right but not the obligation to buy a stock at a certain price. So if you think that Aurora Cannabis stock is going to be way higher in the future, what you can do is you can simply buy some long-term calls. So you can go take a look at the options chain. I'm going to pull the options chain up for you guys so I can give you guys some ideas. So we're currently in the options. This is one way you can kind of potentially play this huge. This is a way to kind of control a bunch of shares without actually putting money up right now, because I know everyone's scared to buy the stock and it looks like it's going to zero and things like that. What options will do is allow you to control a lot of shares without risking a lot of money as well. So I will show you guys exactly what you can do. So as you take a look here, you can see we're at the call options and these are the dates. So this is the expiration date. That means that if the call option, if the price of the stock is below the strike price at the expiration date, the option ends worthless. If it's above the price, it finishes in the money, and then you can do two things. You can either exercise your option, which means, for instance, if you buy one contract that's around 100 shares and you exercise the option, you can buy those 100 shares at that strike price. Or you can sell the option back into the market and get your profits. So one interesting strategy I think that might yield dividends here is taking a look around here. So we know the U.S. elections are coming up in around September, and that's a long time from now. And I'm thinking that the coronavirus, it's getting all the attention now, but as we get closer to the elections, I think that will kind of dominate the news, and that we'll see people working on vaccines and things like that. I think the coronavirus kind of outbreak will ease up quite a lot, and that's a long time from now. September looks like it's about 6 months from now. So 6 months is a lot of time, I think, for things to ease up. So let's take a look at some of these call options right here. the September 18 strike price. We'll just update this page. So this is kind of what I was thinking of doing. I was kind of thinking, obviously I'm going to add to my shares, but at these prices, everybody's scared to own stocks right now. Some of these prices are super low. So as you can see here we go. We have a call option right here at a strike price of, let's see here. Okay, great. So we have a strike price here of 50 cents. So you can buy that option at 35 cents. This one looks a little bit cheaper, and it actually has quite a few open interests. And as you can see here, open interest, that means that that's a number of contracts that are currently open. So looking at this, there are a lot of contracts open at the $2.50 strike price, the $1.50, and the $1.50 strike price as well. And the option is only 13 cents so per share. So if you bought one contract, that would be around $13. So I'm thinking what a nice strategy is, seeing that these stocks have been beaten down a little bit too far. I think it's pretty ridiculous for basically arguably the largest cannabis producer in the world in terms of revenue to be less than $1 billion. I think that's just ridiculous, and it just kind of shows you guys how far, if you guys take a look at some of the other stocks I was talking about, Hexo 77 cents. Tilray is a great company. Tilray and Aurora are my two favorite ones. That one's $4. Alfria is $2. Kronos Group $5. Canopy 10. Canopy is the largest by market cap, but all of these stocks are basically turned into penny stocks because of what's going on here. So I think if you're thinking long term here, I think this is an excellent opportunity to own cannabis stocks. There is some risk, guys. Maybe these stocks go lower. I'm pretty sure you guys think I'm looking at some of the stock charts, but you got to understand that the market was already up for like 11 years basically in a row, 11-year bull run, and then we're going to see some type of correction compounded by the coronavirus. All of these stocks are dirt cheap. So I think now is a serious time to think about buying cannabis stocks. But to the options, let's say, well, this is 13 cents, so you can get 100 shares for $13. You could get a simple strike price of around $1.50, or if you wanted to go a little bit more conservative, you get $1, so you can put $20 in. That'll give you 100 shares. So if the price of Aurora Cannabis stock ends up over $1, you can either buy those shares at the market for $1, or you can really sell your options. So I think with some of these cannabis stocks, I think long-term call options become a very attractive investment for investors. I think they're just too attractive right now. So for me, I'm going to be buying plenty of call options, and I'm going to be dabbling in a few of these other stocks. Now, I've been basically talking about Aurora because I think Aurora is one of my favorites, but I'm going to be making some future videos, guys. We're going to cover more of these cannabis stocks. One of the problems I have is that with some of these cannabis stocks is that a lot of them have been slashing production, slashing their factories and things like that. So we're going to kind of cover some more, but right now I wanted to just focus on Aurora because I thought at under $1, it seems to be quite oversold, and we're in that delisting status. Hexo as well. Okay, so two of the penny stocks that have recently come to my attention are Aurora and Hexo. Both of these are listed on the New York Stock Exchange. So Hexo's about that one in the future. So I'm going to stocks, since they're all so beaten down, they're far oversold, and people aren't thinking like 2-5 years in advance, when I believe that cannabis is going to have like similar trajectory that the same thing would happen with alcohol back in the past with prohibition. But that's just my prediction, guys. Like I said, I don't have a crystal ball. Who knows? Maybe a lot of they consolidate. Maybe there's a lot of mergers, because that's usually what happens in industries like this. Two companies that are struggling, they can merge together and create a bigger, stronger company as well. So guys, I just wanted to inform you on what's going on with Aurora Cannabis. I really haven't seen any more news, updates, stuff like that. It just seems like the price action has been completely oversold. So guys, it'll be funny now. I'm going to mark this date on my calendar because March 15th, this was kind of the day where it felt like these cannabis stocks were super cheap. So it's going to be interesting to see where we are within a year from now. If I'm right on my prediction that we're going to see a much better second half of the year for these companies go under. I really don't know right now, but the good thing I know about Aurora Cannabis in general is that the company is doing lots of revenue, and there is a slight benefit coronavirus. There are some medicinal benefits itself, so perhaps they can kind of use this as a way to open up legislation all over the world, seeing people can see that we can benefit from these plants, and that these plants don't have to get a negative stigma with just smoking and getting high and things like that, but we can use them for medicinal reasons. Perhaps they can help deliver a vaccine for coronavirus and maybe viruses, marijuana, and cannabis in general, going around about how coconut oil can help cure you from coronavirus. So I think the governments around the world, obviously I'm not a politician and this is not a political channel at all, but plants definitely can do a lot of good. That we can find a lot of value in plants if we kind of, de decriminalize them and give these companies a chance to pursue them, because a lot of people can have benefits from them. So that's it for now, guys. This video is getting a little long, so I just wanted to give you guys a recap. So what are you guys going to be doing with Aurora Cannabis? Are you guys done with it? It's under $1. Do you think it's going to come back? Who knows? We'll see what happens, guys. So that's it. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up and smash the subscribe button. I'm going to be doing basically more videos covering a lot of these cheap cannabis stocks that I see. And like I said, guys, I enjoy reading your comments. If you have anything to add to this video, please do so in the comments. And like I said, if your comment is very good, I will feature it in my next upcoming video. So that's it for now, guys. Take care.